Like Anderson Silva, man, that broke my heart when you lost to Jake Paul, bro. And like, hey, you got this little kid, bro, like, you know, and he doing his thing, right? You see that he's an athlete. You see that he's working on his style of fighting, you know what I mean, when it comes to boxing. But at the end of the day, it's still he picking at every MMA head, right? And he's fighting Tyron Woodley, Ben Askren, now Anderson Silva, and then guess who he said probably gonna be next, right?
Jake Paul. No, Andrew Tate.
Oh, actually, they just posted that.
They just faced off.
But the
today.
name that he was talking about was Diaz, though.
Yes.
At first.
Well, the Diaz fight is a big name and a big money fight, but he's a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger than Nate.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
He wants as many advantages. He is doing it smart, but at the same time, he embarrassing all of us. Like, for real. Like, and it's sad because like he's saying all these different things and he's talking about and having these real conversations that need.
Joe Rogan has been vocal about Jake Paul's boxing career ahead of the Mike Tyson bout. Recently, leaked sparring footage revealed vulnerabilities in Jake Paul's boxing technique, leading to the cancellation of a proposed fight against Mike Tyson. Rogan's insights shed light on Paul's training readiness. Jake Paul has secured all 5 of his victories via knockout, but Rogan's reactions have been mixed, and he hasn't been entirely impressed with some of Paul's most famous knockouts.
From him,
you mean about money?
You already know, but it's not. But it's not a conversation for him to have.
But it is. It is because it helps him get attention, and it helps fighters take his point. I love what he's doing.
I hate it. I want to beat his ass.
I'm sure you do, but you're a fighter,
and I'm gonna get a check for it too.
Yes.
But it's not because I'm just a fighter. Because he's telling us that we not even brave enough to fight for ourselves. So I'm gonna fight for y'all while I'm knocking out y'all legends in the process of it. You know what I'm saying?
What he's doing is very intelligent.
Oh no, it's
the promotion's
smart.
Off the chart. He's hilarious. He's brash and he's winning.
But it's who he's winning against, though.
Yeah, but Anderson Silva, you gotta say that's the most impressive fight that he won. You gotta say Anderson Silva is a legend. Maybe he's 47 years old.
But that's the thing. I had Jake Paul to win. I knew Jake Paul was gonna win just because of the age itself. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I didn't see Jake Paul knocking out Anderson either, though. You understand? I just knew it would be competitive enough for
Jake Paul. The YouTube sensation turned boxer has been making headlines with his upcoming exhibition match against legendary heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. Recently, leaked sparring footage has surfaced, offering fans a glimpse into their training regimens. Tyson, known for his peekaboo style, showcases glimpses of his younger self, but questions arise about his reaction time and accuracy. Meanwhile, Jake Paul faces challenges finding sparring partners, including a heated exchange with MMA fighter Sean Strickland.
Well, it's funny because you talked to me on the podcast before, the first time you came on, and you said, I can't even work out. Because if I work out, my ego will get excited.
But I did this Toad, and this Toad, I said, you gotta do it. It said, you have to do it.
The Toad told you.
You have to
The DMT told you time to fight.
You have to do it. I lost the weight. And it started off with me at first fighting Bob Sapp at first.
That's right. The K1 event. I was there for that. I was there live.
No, but man, I was going to fight. Yeah, that was going to be the first fight.
You got in the ring with him, you said Marcus of Queensberry rules.
Yes, but listen, the fight I fought with Roy Jones was supposed to be with Bob Sapp.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't have to chase this guy all around. So next thing you know, it got Roy Jones got involved, and other fighters, Holyfield got involved, and then it turned into a fiasco. And then the young guy, Jake Paul, he got involved then, and that's how the birth of Jake Paul became.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? Is it part of it that's just like
No, it doesn't. I think it's awesome.
You think it's awesome?
Yeah, I think it pisses me off. I think it's cool.
You think it's cool? That's awesome. That's awesome that you handle it that way. Because, like, in a way, I mean, it's kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's like...
Certainly. In a recent leaked footage, a behind-the-scenes sparring session between Jake Paul and boxing legend Mike Tyson has sent shockwaves through the online community. The short clip shows Jake Paul, a prominent figure on YouTube and in the boxing world, being knocked out after just 2 punches from Tyson. The leaked footage has created a buzz, hinting at a potential matchup that has electrified the boxing world. It reveals a tantalizing glimpse into what could be a riveting showdown between the seasoned boxing legend and the brash YouTube star turned boxer. Jake Paul seems quite confident about his upcoming fight with Mike Tyson. During an interview, Jake Paul humorously said, "He can't bite my ear off if I knock his teeth out." The match was scheduled for July 20th, but it was later rescheduled. While Tyson is the bigger man, Paul believes he has the faster feet and hands.
He's not going to win. Look at, he couldn't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How you gonna knock me out? Anderson Silva, he didn't knock those little guys. How you gonna knock me out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't never knocked out a real man. Come on.
Joe Rogan has been quite vocal about Mike Tyson's upcoming fight against Jake Paul. Despite the age difference, Tyson being 31 years older than Paul, Rogan believes Tyson is dialed in and ready for battle. In a recent episode of his Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he mentioned that Tyson's mind has switched over into war mode. Tyson himself has been eating raw meat in preparation for the fight, and Rogan thinks the version of Tyson who knocked out Marvis Frazier is the best heavyweight boxer ever.
What's your take on this Tyson thing?
I don't generally like the idea of 58-year-old men fighting. Your reflex is going to be slower, you can't take shots as much, and then you see him hit the pads, and you go, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is still fucking terrifying. He still has the ability to deliver those punches, and if any one of those hits anybody, they're fucked. There's a video of Tyson hitting the bag as a 19-year-old, and he's throwing these combinations like, and he's 210 pounds. It's insane to watch. He was so fast. And that was a big factor in his success. He does not have that kind of speed anymore, but he's still fast. He's not slow.
The bout between YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul and former world champion Mike Tyson has generated significant interest.
Right now, I'm scared to death. I've seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken.
There's been a lot of rumors out there about the fight. You're going to be wearing headgear. Any truth to any of that?
No, not true at all. Not true.
What is bringing you back? Is it kind of like the last Rocky movie and you got stuff in the basement, you need to get it out?
I have a weird personality. Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. I was afraid for the Roy fight. I was scared to fight again. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was 54, 53. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
Will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
I will do just that for you.
During their recent face-off, Jake Paul made a concerted effort to intimidate Mike Tyson. The tension escalated as Paul claimed he would knock out the legendary Iron Mike. In response, Tyson challenged Paul's lack of experience in knocking out real opponents, emphasizing that he won't be an easy adversary. Despite Paul's taunts, Tyson remained calm and unfazed.
Jake Paul attempts to intimidate Mike.
The ultimate disruptor, taking on the baddest man on the planet.
Jesus, so embarrassing. Yeah. You know, I think in Mike Tyson's contract, there's a clause that says that he can't knock Jake Paul out. And I think the fact that they had to put that in the contract, I think that says a lot. You know what I mean? Because I bet in Jake Paul's contract, I wonder if they have that in Jake Paul's contract. I mean, Mike Tyson's happy, bro. He's going to get paid so much fucking money out of this. This is going to be great. He's not even going to have to do anything. I think everybody wants to see Mike Tyson knock Jake Paul the fuck out. Mike is only allowed to use his thumbs? I guess so.
Joe Rogan discussed the matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Despite Jake Paul's YouTube background, his performance against Tommy Fury showcased his boxing skills. Rogan believes Tyson, even at 70% of his prime physical ability, could defeat Paul. The clash between the old-school Tyson and the new-school Paul has fans eagerly awaiting the outcome.
Just forget that Jake Paul is a YouTube guy and watch him box.
Yeah.
Kid can fight. And that Tommy Fury fight really showed that. Goes to a split decision against a legit undefeated boxer.
The one thing he doesn't want to do is fight Mike.
No.
He wants to fight Mike, I think.
Why? I don't give a fuck if he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson.
Mike's in good shape, too.
He trains with Rafael Cordero. When you see him holding the mitts for Tyson, and Tyson smashing the mitts, like, Jesus, that guy will hurt you.
Yeah.
During a podcast episode of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul discussed his desire to fight Conor McGregor. In response, Tyson bluntly stated, "You know Conor's not afraid of you, right?" This reality check came after Paul had claimed that McGregor was too afraid to face him.
Called out Conor McGregor while the whole entire world was watching. He's fighting a guy, Dustin Poirier, who's 5'9", 155 pounds, who he TKO'd already in one round. He's fighting him again. Why?
You know, Conor's not afraid of you, right?
I don't give a shit if he's afraid of me. You don't have to be afraid of someone to get your ass beat.
Joe Rogan has indeed discussed the matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Despite Tyson's age, Rogan has emphasized that the former world champion remains a formidable force. In fact, Rogan favored Tyson to defeat Jake Paul, even though Paul expressed a desire to challenge genuine boxers for a chance at a world title. It's an intriguing clash between the old-school Tyson and the new-school Paul, and fans are eagerly awaiting the outcome.
Would talk too. People there's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, speaking of Mike Tyson, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, like this shouldn't even because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: he is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career.
Yeah, he's 57, but he got access to
everything. And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that, and it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries.
Mike Tyson isn't mincing words when it comes to Jake Paul's physique. During a pre-fight press conference, Tyson bluntly stated, "I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean, but he's fat and funky." Paul, who has gained 30 pounds to fight at heavyweight, has about 2 months to get in shape for their upcoming bout.
What do you say to that?
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better.
No,
and I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever. You started me off. I appreciate that, Mike. I love you. I love you. Like a father loves his son, but I must discipline you. You're going down, old man.
Okay, I love you too.
Mike, a number of people say when they talk about this fight, they say if Mike Tyson doesn't get Jake Paul early and get him out of there early, there's no way he can go all 8 rounds and win this fight. What do you say to that?
Okay, whatever. It's hard to even really be, he's not gonna win. Look at, he can't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he gonna knock me out? What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't knock those little guys. How you gonna knock me out?
Jake?
Jake Paul isn't holding back when it comes to Mike Tyson. In a recent interview, Paul boldly stated, "Mike Tyson is still the strongest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. The first time he hit me in the chest, it felt like a mule had kicked me." He emphasized that Tyson's power is unmatched, especially for fighters unaccustomed to such force. Despite the age gap and Tyson's health scare, Paul knows he's up against an animal in the ring. Their upcoming fight promises to be a clash of generations, with Tyson aiming to prove he's still a force to be reckoned with.
Yo, when you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous?
Yeah.
Bro was running at lightning speed today.
He definitely is looking like a fucking animal. I will say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, they're just saying like if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged, because they see how good he looks on the mitts.
I can see it watching from the sides when you have fought everyone else, where they all go, holy shit, this YouTuber hits much harder than I thought he did. And you can see it change in their eyes. I'm not sure Mike will have that moment. Contrary to your belief, I think Mike is not underestimating you.
It's intriguing that Jake Paul expressed interest in a fight with Mike Tyson. The clash between these two fighters would certainly be a spectacle.
Fight you. Do you want to fight him?
That could be very interesting.
It could be interesting.
I never took it really serious, but yeah, that could be really interesting.
You think that he is skilled enough to make it something that you might actually want to do?
He's skilled enough, yes. I'm gonna give it to him. He's skilled enough because he's winning.
Uh-huh.
Even if he's fighting guys that your guys don't believe are good enough fighters, they should be able to beat him.
Right.
Right, but they can't.
Right.
So he's beating people who really, he shouldn't really be beating. We gotta give him that credit. He's beating people that he really should not be beating.
Right.
And he's doing good, man. For a guy that he's just doing it, and this is good. And he's doing so much good for boxing. Listen, this guy got 70 million people following him every time he fights.
Right, yeah.
The champions in the world don't have that many people following them. So what he's doing to boxing is just sensational. No one should be hating on that. They should just care. Let's just fight him. He's helping everybody get money.
So
why are people mad at him?
So that's something you might be interested in.
If everything's possible.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.